Hi, I'm Brandy Watkins. I'm a nurse here in Oklahoma City working towards my master's degree to become a family nurse practitioner. The debate topic I chose was gym class and should it be required in high school or not. Um, I graduated over 25 years ago, and when I participated in PE, it was just something that was understood that's what we had to do to graduate high school. It was just a required course. Um, if it was debated whether they should require it or not, or whether people opposed it at that time, I was not aware. So when I found out that it was a debatable topic, it interested me, and I started to research more and found out interesting facts why people oppose versus support it. So I'm going to go over reasons why people support physical education in school, and then go over the reasons why people oppose physical education in school. And at the end, I will conclude with some of my ideas that I think may help to find common ground between the two. Okay, before I list the reasons why people support physical education, I wanted to give you guys a little statistical information I found out from the School Health Policies and Program Study website. It's a survey from 2006 that says 69.3% of elementary students, 83.9% of middle school students, or middle schools, I'm sorry, and 95.2% of high schools required physical education. Among the schools that require physical education, 20.8% of elementary, 22.7% of middle schools, and 30.9% of high schools allowed students to be exempted from physical education requirements for at least one of the following reasons: high physical competency test scores, participating in community service activities, participating in community sports activities, and then participating in school activities other than sports like band or choir. That survey is from 2006, but I found it pretty interesting, the statistical rates. Okay, to go over the reasons why people support physical education in schools, the three obvious reasons that came to my mind first were number one, it was exercise. Of course, physical activity, exercise, that's kind of the number one thing you think about when you think of gym class. And then cooperation, learning cooperation and teamwork is one of the second things I thought about. Kids learn to work together, work as a team, doing activities and playing games and sports. And then also reducing, the third one, reducing stress of the day. It breaks up the monotony of being in the classroom, sitting at a desk, being still, taking tests and doing assignments where they can actually get up, burn off some energy, and get some exercise at the same time. There are some other reasons why people do support gym class. For younger children, it does help develop fine and gross motor skills. Supporters believe that the schools kind of have a responsibility to encourage children to enjoy a healthy, active lifestyle. Some of the children may not get any physical activity outside of school, so gym class is much of a necessity, some supporters believe. Childhood obesity is on the rise, so to counter it, regular exercise is necessary, and gym class offers that opportunity for children. Supporters will argue that muscular strength, cardiovascular endurance, training, flexibility are all things that can help prevent, reverse, or curb the trend of America's children that are gaining weight. There's some children that will avoid exercise at all costs, so gym class offers them the opportunity to at least perform the basic exercises, and that is obviously for their own benefit. Studies have shown that regular physical exercises associated with a longer, healthier lifestyle helps reduce illness and disease. Not only that, but studies have shown that physical education can help improve a children's academic performance and cognitive abilities. So then there's also a mental health aspect to the physical education. Um, Gym class also helps produce strength and stamina. Um, Good exercise habits that these children can take with them as long as they live, and hopefully learn healthy lifestyle habits, eating habits as they go into adulthood. To go over some of the reasons why people oppose gym class in high school, the first thing that came to mind is students that maybe don't have as much interest in being physically active and are more focused on academics. They may feel that physical education is just a waste of time, and their time could be better spent in the classroom, learning more, such as math, science, reading, things like that. Especially in today's society when standardized testing is of great importance. It's a tool that we use to judge the schools and the teachers on. Time could be better spent in the classroom learning more about core essential subjects. According to an MSNBC investigation, researchers found that the average high school gym class only keeps students physically active for an average of 16 minutes. So in a class period that's about 45 minutes long, that's really not a lot of active time. So with that standardized testing, in the core subjects carrying such a significant amount of weight, wasting all that time doing nothing in gym class is something that districts feel that maybe they can't afford. So PE classes have been cut so children can spend more time in the core classes. That's one big reason why some people, such as administrators and stuff, are opposing the gym class or the amount of time children spend in gym class. Opposers have stated that mandating PE might only serve to increase moderate activity by, a few minutes, but that's at a huge expense to the state, the school, and the community. So mandating gym class comes with a pretty hefty price tag. In districts, that don't have as much funds as maybe some others, this magnifies the financial strain on the community by having to fund the programs. And one report showed that the cost of upwards of $160,000 per year through an increase of property taxes. So that's one big reason why people may oppose gym class in high school. So not just to mention the financial aspect, but then also there goes along with bullying. Students get a chance to pick the strongest in gym class, where those that may not have as much athletic ability are the last to get picked. So this kind of causes a problem with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and that's a big issue for children. No parents want their child to feel left out. And then you have to think of the aspect of children that are physically disabled or handicapped, but they still have to attend the class. Well, they may struggle to do the same exercises that their peers do, and maybe there's not a gym class in place that kind of helps cater to their needs as much as it does, children without those disabilities. While there's definitely pros and cons regarding mandatory physical education in school, I think probably most of us would agree, with the status of children's health these days, that gym class in school kind of, the benefits outweigh the risks or cons with encouraging children to live a healthy, active lifestyle. There are a few things that came to mind and things that I read about that sounded pretty interesting, and maybe trying to find some common ground between the two, people that support and people that oppose the required gym class in school. Um, when it comes to the physically disabled, I believe there's provisions we can make for them. There's also the idea of having maybe two different uh, gym classes, one being more basic, one being more advanced. Um, where the basic just consisting of basic exercises that most all could do. Advanced gym class could be outdoor sports, more strenuous physical activities, things like that. um, that's definitely an idea. I also read that there's some schools that are doing some pretty interesting things to kind of revamp physical education and kind of encourage students to become fit. At Cameron High School in West Virginia, students can spend gym class in the Exer Gaming Room. It's a space that houses games that require students to move. Room includes, the video games like Xbox, Kinect, basketball shootout game. One game, students wear boxing gloves and they have to move lights on the board. They found that students who do work out in the room become more active, more competitive, and more social. That was funded several years ago, as it states, but the class was so popular, they're going to be doing it next year. So also, I saw that a California high school, the physical education teachers are taking advantage of the natural resources and giving students the opportunity to do activities such as like mountain climbing, rock climbing, learning to swim, taking physical education outdoors, which kind of gives them, an opportunity to do something that's not just the traditional competitive sports inside the gym that some kids may want to stay away from. There's also the idea of like a virtual physical education class. That's being offered actually at a high school in Virginia right now, where students enrolled in the course wear a wristband that logs all their movements throughout the day. And then they complete an online course on exercise, healthy eating, and general fitness principles. And that's according to a report in the Daily Progress. The program, all the different programs have been pretty popular, and it just gives students a much more diverse way of learning and way of staying active, as opposed to the traditional gym class. Those are all just some ideas that I found pretty interesting and creative, that the schools come up with to keep kids interested in, physical activity and keeping the gym class different and alive and fun. I'm curious what everyone's opinion is on gym class in high school and the requirement. Do you believe it should be required or not? What was your experience? Was it good or bad? Also, if you did have a bad experience in gym class, what do you believe attributed to that, and maybe what could have caused your experience to be a better one? I'm curious. My experience was, I don't really have any bad things to say. I just kind of ran through the motions and did what I was supposed to do and passed with an A, thank goodness. But I am curious to see what other people think and look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you.